Good morning. Today's date is September 10th, 2020. So the warm-up for today is to summarize the Anna Garcia case from activities 1.1.1 all the way through 1.1.6, which was yesterday, from the beginning to what you know now. So you're just going to give me a summary from all the way at the beginning, when you first met Anna Garcia, all the way up until this point. So that's what you're doing for your warm-up. Then after that, you're going to go into assignments. And we finished up 116 yesterday. So you're going to click on 1.1.1.7, which is the status report. So you will view a video call from the police commissioner asking for a status report on your findings for the Anna Garcia case. You will be assigned to a group of 3 to prepare a presentation for the PC. As you consult with your partners, you will refine your explanation in your notebook of Anna's fate by comparing the conclusions you drew from the evidence that you collected and analyzed with those of your group partners. You will update your evidence summary table with your group. You will develop an outline or storyboard of your presentation to the police commissioner, a script for the presentation, visuals you will need, and you will review and practice together. Your group will prepare a screencast that explains your findings. The screencast will be submitted along with your electronic case report. The learning goals for this activity is to analyze evidence from the case to draw conclusions, work with the team to record a video update for the commissioner, and provide and receive peer feedback. So to access the lesson, you're going to click here, which is the PLTW 117 status report. So when you do that, it's going to open up, and it will look like this, and it'll say status report. Again, make sure you're logged in. So you'll be working with the team to deliver a video presentation. Your instructor, myself, will inform you of expectations for choosing and working with teammates. I randomly chose your teammates. You didn't. Check with your instructor to determine which of the options you are to complete. So obviously we're not doing in-class options, so that's not even an option. But there are 2 different distance learning options. So the one that I chose was distance learning option 2. So yes, the option that I chose was distance learning option 2, which you will work with your team via Zoom in Google Docs. One of the first things you must do is establish quick and reliable communication with each other, and you will need to use the record function and present functions to make your video. Then you go into the link that you clicked earlier, and you're going to do the case status touch points and the status report rubric from step 1, provide guidelines for the presentation, and you're going to follow all the directions in this lesson. So when you scroll down after you read the check-in with the commissioner, you're going to go to the case status touch points. So with your group, you're going to create a video no more than 3 minutes long to share your progress with the commissioner. So in your update, include the video contents listed below. Use logical reasoning and results from the examination of evidence to support all of the statements. If you have any key pieces of documentation or evidence that supports your statements and that might impress the commissioner, you can include them in the updates as well. So your video contents, you're going to have information about the decedent, so that's the person that's deceased, brief intro, name, age, gender, occupation, rough schedule, timeline of her day, short description of her activities, summary of the scene, location, description that looked like upon arrival, list of evidence found at the scene, summary of the person of interest, discussion of whether or not the person of interest statements were trustworthy, summary of your analysis findings, current impression and explanation of what might have happened, and your next steps. So to obtain and read the status report rubric, so it's going to open into a Word document, and it just gives you all the information that you need. So what we're looking for the evidence summary table, video preparation, video contents, and you're also going to have to do a peer review. So then you're just going to keep working through that. You're going to discuss the rubric with your group and reflect on the rubric and talk about strategies for meeting the expectations outlined on that rubric. Then you're going to review the conclusions you drew regarding the evidence collected from the scene. You're going to revisit your test results from the following analysis: statements and polygraph data, hair samples, fingerprints, digital evidence, blood testing, presumptive, confirmatory, typing, and spatter, as well as DNA evidence. Then you're going to complete the evidence summary table. That will help you organize your video presentation, and you will turn this in as part of your final analysis in project 1.2.6. So this is what the evidence table looks like. So it has the piece of evidence, location of evidence collection, test conducted, and questions for consideration, and you're going to include the information from the analysis of what you find. So for example, the statements from the person of interest, you got it from the police station. Test conducted was a polygraph. So which individuals might now have been telling the truth? Is the evidence presented by the person of interest consistent with the physical evidence? Like, you're going to answer that part in your analysis. So then after you do that, you're going to review the possible explanations you each have about what happened to Anna Garcia and work together to select and refine one explanation to present in your video. So what you're going to do is you're going to write kind of that out as a script in your notebook first. So you're going to work together to develop an outline or storyboard for your video, decide who will be responsible for delivering each piece of the update. So you're going to create a script for your portion of your group's outline. Your script should include all the talking points, visuals you will show, and details of what you will cover in your portion of the video. Then you're going to come back together as a group to review the scripts. Make sure everything flows, remove redundancies, and fill in any gaps. Double check that you provided reasoning and evidence to support your statements. Decide whether you need any additional visuals to support your video. You need to do at least one practice run before filming the video. Each group member should present their portion. Time yourself to make sure you are within that 3-minute time limit. So remember, the longest the video can be is 3 minutes. So you have to make sure that you're meeting that mark at exactly 3 minutes or a little under that. So to note, when practicing and recording your video, present the way you are most comfortable so you can read from your script, create note cards, or recite from memory. When your group is ready, record the official video for your group. Upload your video if desired, and if desired, use editing software to make any changes and add finishing touches to prepare to share with others. Then you're going to follow my instructions on where to save your video. So I think the best option would be to save it to your Google Drive and then just copy the link from the video onto a document. You also have a peer review piece. So we're going to view each other's videos and we're going to provide feedback to each other. So thinking about feedback strategies on providing peer feedback resource, discuss which method seems most appropriate to giving video feedback and describe your reasoning. So how would you want to receive feedback? Or what do you think is the most positive way to do that? Obviously, if somebody doesn't like something, it's not supposed to be a negative type of situation. We can always grow from feedback. Positive feedback is great. Then you're going to follow my directions to access and review at least one other group's video. Like I said, we're going to do that as whole class, so I'm going to play the video, so you don't even have to worry about that. Then you're going to review comments and think about what you can do to make your video better. And then you're going to submit your video for review by the commissioner. So then that takes us back here to what we're turning in. So you're turning in that screencast or video that you recorded. The copy of your evidence summary table. So that was that Word document with the evidence summary. The outline or storyboard that you made for step 6. Here. So from step 6, that outline or storyboard that you created, you're going to turn that in. The electronic copy or script made for the video. Evidence of peer evaluation as required by your instructor, by me, as well as you're going to turn in that updated case report. So that's what you're turning in for today, and that's what we're doing today. So the majority of today is actually going to be for you working in your groups. So if you were not in class, then you need to contact me because I will pair you with someone else that was also not present in class so that you can join their group and you all can work together. And that's it. Thanks.